Hi all. I was wanting to I tried to do a video the other day on embossing, and somehow it got confused or I got confused and I ended up taking a picture instead of doing a video. So I sat here and done a whole video talking to myself, um, thinking I was doing a video. So I'm trying to do it again. But this is what I done the other day using embossing powders. Um, and that's what we're doing today. I'm doing a how to make embossing powder and how to use it. What I've done is I've got the soft chalk pastels. Now, you can use this kind of eyeshadow that you get at the dollar store, if I can get it to focus, which probably not. Anyway, you can get it at Dollar Tree for $1. You can use these, but they're really shimmery. So if you don't want shimmer in your thing, it's not a good idea to use that. This is one that I've made. It's just no shimmer, no nothing in it. It's red. Then I made a blue. And I made a black, which is kind of more of a grayish. Just a sec. I was using a brush and it got little hairs from the brush all over in my embossing powder. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and try to pick it all out. Sorry about that. Okay, and this is one that I made using the eyeshadow. And see how shimmery it is? And if you want to make some with the shimmer, all you've got to do to make this, the one with the eyeshadow, the only thing you got to do is you got to have clear embossing powder. It's just clear. And you put a little bit of that in here, and then you put a little bit of the eyeshadow in here and mix it up really well. That's all you got to do to make that. Okay, if you want to use the chalks, you want to get it and crush it up really, really, really fine. Just keep crushing, 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 and crushing till it's really fine powder. Crushing, crushing, and crushing, and crushing, and crushing, and crushing. Okay. There we go. You want to make sure you get all of it off the edge of this. Ooh, stuck on there. It's not wanting to come off. Anyway, get as much of it off as you can. Got to clean it. Okay. Then you take pour it back in here so I can show you. Take a little spoon or just pour it however you want to do it. Put a little embossing powder in there. And then you put the chalk in there. Get it all out. I don't like wasting, so I want to make sure I get it all out. Okay. Clean this. Okay. Then you put it in there and you mix it. You can kind of tell. You want to make sure it's 50-50. Half the embossing powder and half chalk pastels. And you can kind of tell if it's still the dark color of the chalk, then you need to add some embossing powder. Because, like I said, it should be 50-50, which means it's going to change it's going to dye down the color a little. Sorry about that. I am a first responder and I have to have a pager on and it's going off. So I apologize for that if you hear it. I'm going to add a little more of the embossing powder because it's not dyed down all that much. You know what? We're going to do it this way. Makes it really good. There we go. And that's how you make it. You can take some clear embossing powder and make any colors you want. You don't have to go out and buy all these different color embossing powders if you don't have the money to. I don't. I was just lucky and got the few that I've gotten. I've got the clear, which I'm going to have to get more of because I use a lot of it making different ones today. I got a rose. This is the rose color. It's like a pinkish. I got purple. I've got silver and gold. And I've got white with glitter in it. And then the ones I've made, which, like I said, I don't even know what color you would call that. It's got a lot of the shimmer in it, though, like I said. Then I made a greenish blue. Made the blue, the red, and the black. Which, to be honest with you, I think I'm going to make a little more of the black. Just a second, please. The tweezers keep getting bent on me. Need to get a new pair. There. Sorry about that, guys. It's really bugging me. I didn't realize it had that many little hairs in it. Okay. But, yeah, I think I'm going to make some more. So, again, you want to take the chalk, break some off. Squish it really well. Good and fine. Just takes a minute. Like I said, you want to make sure you get all the pieces squished down. Make it as fine as possible. So you don't, it's going to put chunks on there and then it's not going to emboss right. So, Get it off the edge. Clean it up. Because you don't keep it clean, then when you go to make a different color, especially if you go from a dark color to a light color, it's going to get in there, that dark color is going to get in your light colors. So you want to make sure to keep your equipment clean. Or your tools as if, or that's what you want to call it. As if. Yep, can't speak. But okay. Now check it up, see what color it makes. See if I need to add any embossing powder. Okay, yeah. Gonna want to add a little. You can also take, and I'll show you this too, you can also take black ink and stamp with it and then use the clear, and it makes it look like black embossing powder. Yeah, see how dark black it is? It means I need to add a little of the clear in it. Let's see how that does. Yeah, that's, see? Okay, let me put these up. Sit them right there. Okay, now for, whew, yeah, I'm about out. Been making a lot of different colors. Okay, now to do embossing, you're gonna need a few tools. Okay, you're gonna need your embossing powders, which, duh, of course. Embossing powders. If I can get them over here. All your embossing powders. You're gonna need some embossing ink. You can either get this kind of ink, Versamark. And like I said, you can use just regular stamp ink. It doesn't work quite as well. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I use the, you're not going to be able to see on here. Come on, focus. Anyway, it makes it like bubbly when you do it that way. That's what I've done here is I use black ink. And then I put the clear embossing powder over it. And it kind of bubbled it. It's not as smooth as, say, like the purple. But this is one I just done. But you'll need some type of paper to emboss on. Okay, go back over this again. You need embossing powders. You need type of ink, the embossing ink or regular ink. It does not have to be Sayon. It could be any type of ink. Papers and stamps, what have you. I've got these Versamark pen and then these embossing pens. And I will show you how to use those also. So why don't we dig in and get started on this? Okay. Sorry. It's getting a clean baby wipe. Get all this chalk off my hands real quick so it don't get mixed in my paints. Or paints. Yep, can't speak. My embossing powders. Okay. Now, there's not going to be any rhyme or reason to this. I'm just going to stamp some different images and kind of show you how it works. Okay, and if you've got the clear stamps, of course you'll need your acrylic blocks. Move it back some. Need that here. Let's see, what are we going to stamp first? I don't know. Let's do some butterflies. I love butterflies. You know, I don't even think I've opened this yet. Had it for a while. I love, my favorite thing is angels. Angels and fairies. But I love butterflies. It's angels and fairies first, then butterflies. Oh, my embossing buddy. It's an embossing buddy. It's homemade. I made it. All I done was use some baking soda, put it in stocking, and then put it on this. I have to make a video on how to make these too. But you want to use it because it keeps it from, when you're embossing, the embossing powder will get in places you're not wanting it, and this keeps that from happening. So tap some, just a little bit comes out at a time. Tap it and then rub it on. You want to rub it on really well. Rubbing and rubbing and rubbing and rubbing and rubbing. Okay. You probably don't have to rub it that much, but I did. Okay. And then I have this, which is what I use to catch the, well, you'll see. Okay. Let's do this pretty butterfly first. Will it fit on this block? Nope. I have to use my bigger block. Okay. Let's see. We'll use the Versamark. I like it. I like the Versamark better. Okay, you want to get it all over your stamp. Get it good and wet. And then you stamp it. You want to make sure you clean it off of your stamp, because that'll stay wet for a few seconds anyway. Okay, I think I'm going to do this one in blue. We'll do the blue. This is where this comes in. Sitting there. Well, oh, just found a chunk. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Anyway, this is one that I made. And you just pour it back in the bottle. Good to go. The only thing about using the chalk pastels is it kind of gets where you're not, even though I use that, you can still see a little bit of blue. You can't see it on here, but it does make a little, it's not like bad. Needs a little more embossing powder in it. Didn't really emboss as good as I wanted. But you see, once it dries, it stays there. It don't go nowhere. It's not quite as bright as I'd like for it to be. Add a little more of this. Mix it. Okay, we're going to try this one again. We will use this one instead. Stamp it down. Okay. And then you want to put this all over it. It's kind of hard to see where you stamped when you, the verse mark, you can kind of see it, but the embossing ink pad, not so much. There. Okay. See how this does since I added some. Worked a little bit better. But oops, forgot to clean this off. Okay, let's go with this butterfly. Big butterfly. No, you know what? Let's do this solid butterfly. Because it's, well, like I said, it's solid. Okay. And you can use these pins. If you don't have the pad and you just have a pin, you can use the pin and rub it on there. You want to make sure you get it good and wet. Okay. Okay. Let's do pink. Okay. Now, let's emboss this one. Or heat this one up. There we go. You see, it's the blue, the homemade one's not quite as shimmery, but still shimmery and, or not shimmery, but you know what I'm saying. Let's do another solid one. Oops. That one's probably going to be, yeah, it's going to be a little messed up because I dropped the thing on it. Stamp. Yeah, see where I dropped the stamp? You see the black a little better. See how it's got that on there? But most of the time you can wipe it off. Okay, it's not wiping off. Normally you can wipe it off. But let's heat this one up. Yeah, that needs a lot more embossing powder. It did not go well. I messed that one all up. Okay. Some more embossing powder. I could probably use even more, but I am out. Out of my clear, and I don't know when I'll get more. Okay, my embossing buddy. Rubbing, 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 and rubbing. My daughter's 21st birthday is tomorrow. Kind of exciting. She's wanting to go out at midnight tonight so she can buy herself a beer. Because at midnight she will officially be 21. Scary. The kids are growing up on me. All I've got is teenagers. And that's scary, having 4 teenagers. I've got a 14-year-old, almost 15, a 16-year-old, it's almost 17, and an 18-year-old, and almost 21-year-old. My 14-year-old, my 16-year-old, and my 20-year-old, they're all 3 of their birthdays are in June and July, so scary. Teenagers scare me. They're mean. Let's see how black works now. So that's more embossing. Oh, forgot to put it back in there. Oh, much better. It's the only thing with making homemade embossing powders. I will have to tell you that. The only difference and the only thing that I don't like about using the homemade ones is that right there. It gets on. But other than that, it's exactly the same. Yeah, I could still use some more clear, but see, shiny. Okay, and then I was wanting to show you this. Done that wrong. Sorry. Get that off. Just wanting to show you stamping with regular ink, how that works. Here, it's this. You stamp it on there. Okay. Stamp it on there. You got to work a little bit faster with this because it will dry on you. I'm going to use the clear, what little bit I got left. If I got enough. Yeah. Good. If you're going to be using white paper like this and you're wanting to emboss in black, I would suggest doing it this way because as you see it's a lot cleaner looking, especially with black. The other colors don't, I don't know why, but the other colors don't quite do it as bad, but black does it pretty bad. Okay, heat it up. And that's how you do it. See how shimmery and dark it is? You're going to do black. That would probably be, because you can tell the difference. It'd probably be a lot better to do it this way. Use the black ink and clear than doing it this way. Because like I said, it gets on your paper. And this is a lot darker and shimmery. Shimmerier. But let me show you some of the other colors. Show you how they see. We will do this bluish greenish color. See, that kind of rubs off. See? See, it's shiny. To be honest with you, all of them could actually use a little more the embossing powder, the clear, but gotta wait until I can get some more. And we will do blue. Oops. I accidentally hit the butterfly. Sorry about that. Sorry, butterfly. And there's the blue. I kind of rubbed it with my finger. Messed it up a little, but okay. And yes, I know that this one's shimmier than any of them, but if you're low on money and you ain't got a whole lot of money, you can only afford to get one embossing powder, the clear one would be best one because you can make other colors. So best bet is to get that one. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Oops. Ah, butterfly fell off or came off. Okay, what color are we gonna do this one? We'll do the eyeshadow one because I haven't showed you that one. Shimmery. Okay. Yeah, it kind of gets all around it. But as you see, this one right here, with the buddy, it didn't do that. The regular embossing powder. See how shimmery, glittery. Here, see if this helps. It's really shimmery and but it works really well. You can take a rag and wipe around it. Be careful not to hit it till it dries. You don't want to do that until after it dries. But see all my butterflies, my beautiful, beautiful butterflies? Oh yeah, you can see it shimmer now. Look at that. It's pretty. But embossing is really simple and easy and fun. If you just want to do something but you just don't know what, this is something good to do to practice and kind of play around with it and see if you can figure other things out. Maybe there's other tricks that I don't even know about. I'm sure there's a bunch of tricks I don't know about, but that's the embossing. Well, I kind of did show you this, but you can also take these pins. Oops. Let's see. Let me use my buddy. Rubby. Okay. Alright. Now, see, small. We'll just do, well, yeah. We'll do this one first. Okay. We'll do it in this. Just because. Okay. Oops. There. Well, shoot. It's not wanting to go back in the bottle. Saying, but I want to be used. I don't want to be in the bottle. Sorry. I'm goofy. Okay. I didn't on there very well. There. It's a little better. Well, one another. I hate my handwriting. I've got horrible handwriting. Okay. Let's see. black ink, clear powder. There. Ah, my little doggy. My fat little doggy. But anyway, that's how you use them. I mean, you can write with these, you can draw with these, you can doodle with these and then emboss it. It's endless on what you can do. All right, that was all I was wanting to show y'all. Just a quick video on embossing. Thank you for coming and playing with me and watching, and I hope it helped. And of course, this is for the beginners who don't really know how to emboss or anything, and I hope it helped. And just play around and figure new things out. But thank y'all for stopping by, and if you love to see this videos like this and much more, yep, can't speak, hit the subscribe and the bell. I'd love to have more subscribers. And love one another, and till next time, bye guys.